Hey, it's Bob Nagan, and in this episode of Real Retail TV, we're going to explore how you create a culture, a service culture, a customer-focused culture that sells. So before we begin to explore how to create that culture, I want to invite you this coming Wednesday, 12 to 3 Eastern. Put me in, coach. We're doing a 3-hour program on how to create a culture, how you can create the kind of culture that has a team full of people that are customer focused, that know how to sell, that love to sell, that have a customer focused selling philosophy and skill set. And it's happening from 12 to 3. The reason that this Nespresso is in front of us is we are giving away several of them. Must be present to win. So I would encourage you, register now, be there next Wednesday, 12 to 3. It's going to be fun. We're going to be giving away some great stuff, and you're going to learn a lot. So let's explore how you create this amazing service culture that sells. Well, it starts by hiring the right people. And this episode of Real Retail TV is not about recruiting, but you need to have good people on your team. People who want to serve, heart-driven, service-driven people. But assuming that you have people who like people and want to serve people, the next step is to give those people skills. You see, you can't expect someone to get out on the floor and engage with your customers skillfully, ask good questions, recommend the right merchandise, sell up where appropriate, close the big sales when it is appropriate. You can't expect people to do that if you don't give them the training to do it. You know, selling is a skill. And if you don't give them the skill, you have no right to be frustrated when they aren't successful. But then once they're trained, you can't just let it drop. You know, using the metaphor of baseball, you know, the best baseball players, the people who play in the major leagues, they practice every single day. You know, they may take a day off here or there, but they're doing batting practice, they're doing drills, they're honing their skills all the time. Their skills don't rust. And that's what coaching is all about. And that's what Put Me In, Coach is all about. And let me share with you how you coach effectively. So once you've given your team members the skills they need to be successful, how do you continuously up their games? The first thing you have to do is you have to be good, right? If you're not good enough to model the best behaviors, it's going to be hard for your team to be really, really good on the floor. Now, you don't need to be the best salesperson in your business, but you have to do things the right way. We teach the 6 steps to a perfect purchase. That's the selling system that I created. Now, you don't have to be the best salesperson, but you have to use the steps and you have to use them correctly so that when your team members see you on the floor, they see you practicing what you preach. So you modeling the behavior is really, really important. And then let me share with you 2 what I call on the floor, on the fly coaching techniques. And the first is called the 1-sentence wonder. And the 1-sentence wonder is a wonderful, wonderful sales coaching technique. And it goes like this. So when you're on the floor and you're paying attention and you see someone on your team exhibiting a positive selling behavior, let's say it's something like asking good questions, or it's something like adding on at the register skillfully. When you see somebody doing something right, you, as quickly as possible, promptly as possible, as soon as that person leaves the store, you reward them with one sentence. You give them positive feedback about a positive behavior in one sentence. Indy, I loved the way you kept asking questions. Jim, I love the way that you just kept showing merchandise at the counter. They were loving it, you were loving it, they kept buying it, you kept selling it. So you're just reinforcing these positive behaviors in one sentence. This is incredibly powerful because if Indy sees me rewarding Jimmy with a one-sentence wonder, she's paying attention to what I'm saying, and she's more likely to mimic that behavior. So the one-sentence wonder is a great coach on the floor, on the fly coaching technique. But now let's amplify its benefits. So we have sent out, I don't know, Indy, do you know how many tips we've sent out roughly?
I think we're at like 1,300.
That's 13. We have sent out 1,300 weekly tips. But this is back when it was tip maybe 10 or 20, and we sent out a tip about the one-sentence wonder. And somebody sent back an email and it said this, you know, I do something like the one-sentence wonder, but here is what else I do. I start every day with 10 pennies in my left-hand pocket. And every time I catch somebody doing something right, I move a penny from my left-hand pocket to my right-hand pocket. And then my goal and my job for every day is to move all 10 pennies. Now think about this for a moment. Think about if you paid attention, first of all, if you paid attention enough to what was going on the floor with your team and that you were able to catch 10 positive behaviors and reward 10 positive behaviors. Think about the accumulated effect of all of that positivity. Think about the accumulated effect of all of that positive feedback. So, you know, over the course of a week, if you work 6 days a week, that means you've reinforced 60 positive selling behaviors. And if you have managers who are doing it, it goes to 120 or 180. This is the ripple effect of positive coaching in action. So incredibly powerful. The second coaching on the floor, on the fly coaching technique I would love to recommend, it's called self-review. And so if you see somebody who's had a great sale or a sale that you know could be improved a little bit, just say to them, say, Indy, I loved what you did there. Walk me through what you were thinking. And then Indy was saying, well, this person told me this, and when they told me that, I thought that this might be a good question. So by asking your team member what they were doing and getting them to reflect on what they did, all of a sudden the information becomes embedded much more deeply. And not only that, but then that all of her answers, in this case, Indy's answers, give you a chance to coach. And so let's go back to the original premise. What are you trying to do? You're trying to fill your business with team members who love to serve, who love to sell, who sell skillfully, who sell with the perfect purchase, the customer in mind. And when you get a whole team full of those people, guess what? You have created a culture. Seth Godin defines culture as people like us doing things this way. And when you have a team full of people behaving the right way, selling from a customer-focused point of view, whenever you get somebody new, they are going to start to sell that way because A, you're going to train them, B, you're going to coach them, and C, they are surrounded by other people doing things this way. people like us doing things this way. When you create this kind of culture in your business, your customers get a better experience, you experience a lot less stress, your team has a lot more fun, and you put a lot more money in the bank. So now, if that sounds good to you, if you would like to know more, if you would like to dig deep into how do you create that culture that sells, I would like to encourage you to go down to the link below, register, learn more about it. 2 hours of that 3 are for owners and managers. The final hour is for your sales team. You can learn more about it when you go to the page. I'd encourage you to go to the page right now, put it on your calendar, register, and be there.